Hello, teacher. My head is spinning with numbers now. Doing multiplication of big numbers is very tedious.
Practice makes perfect. In no time, you will master the skill of multiplying.
Is there any method that can help me to do the sums more quickly?
I know of a method to help you to do multiplication of certain numbers more quickly.
Hooray! Tell me about it.
Alright, what is 3 times 10?
30.
20 times 10?
200.
How about 826 times 20?
I'm stuck. I need to do the working on a piece of paper.
Actually, we can work it out in this way. 826 times 20 is equals to 826 times 2 times 10, which is equals to 1652 times 10, which is equals to 16,520.
This method is simpler as I only need to work out 826 times 2 instead of 826 times 20. Let me try the next sum.
Multiply 80 times 30.
80 times 30 can be written as 8 times 10 times 3 times 10. I can rearrange them to be equals to 8 times 3 times 10 times 10 equals to 24 times 10 times 10, which is equals to 2,400. The answer is 2,400.
Turbo Go. Now, just take a close look at the numbers again. What differences do you notice from these two columns?
In the left column, you multiply the whole numbers without the zeros. The right column, you have added zeros to the answers depending on the number of zeros that are in the question.
Clever girl. Based on what you have observed, can you tell me what is 90 times 80?
9 times 8 equals to 72. There are 2 zeros in 90 times 80. So, I add 2 zeros to the answer 72. Therefore, 90 times 80 is 7,200.
Correct. You must always remember that you only count the number of zeros at the end of the whole number, and not when the zero is between digits. Thus, 106 times 20 is equals to 2,120 and not 21,200.
I don't understand. Can you show me the working?
Alright, 106 times 20 can be written as 106 times 2 times 10, which is equals to 212 times 10, which is equals to 2,120. So, we only add 1 zero, not 2 zeros.
I see, teacher. It's so much fun doing multiplication now. Teacher, what about division of numbers by tens?
In multiplication, we simply add the zeros to the whole numbers. For division, we cancel the same number of zeros that appear in both the dividend and divisor. We know that 200 times 10 is equals to 2,000. So, 2,000 divided by 10 is equals to 200 divided by 1. There is 1 zero in 10, so we cancel 1 zero from 2,000. So we get 200 divided by 1, which is equals to 200.
Let me try the next sum.
What is the answer for 85,400 divided by 10?
85,400 divided by 10. There is 1 zero in 10, so we cancel 1 zero from 85,400. 8,540 divided by 1 equals to 8,540.
Good. Now look at this sum. 2,500 divided by 50 is equals to 250 divided by 5. There is 1 zero in 50, So we cancel one zero from 2,500, which is equals to 250 divided by 5, which is 50.
It's so much fun doing multiplication and division now. Teacher, I have learned how to multiply numbers by tens. Does the method of adding zeros to the end of the answer apply to multiplication of numbers by hundreds?
Yes, it does. You still count the number of zeros and add them at the end. You must remember that you only count the number of zeros at the end of a whole number and not when the zero is between digits. Turbo Girl, can you find the answer for 50 times 100?
5 times 1 is 5. There are 3 zeros in 50 times 100. So I add 3 zeros to 5, and the answer is 5,000.
What about 123 times 500?
123 times 5 is 615. There are 2 zeros in 123 times 500. So I add 2 zeros to 615, and the answer is 61,500.
Good. Likewise for division. You cancel the same number of zeros that appear in both the dividend and divisor. For example, 600 divided by 100 is equals to 6 divided by 1. There are 2 zeros in 100, so we cancel 2 zeros from 600, which is equals to 6 divided by 1, which is equals to 6.
Let me do the next sum.
Find the answer for 2,500 divided by 500.
2,500 divided by 500. There are 2 zeros in 500. So we cancel 2 zeros from 2,500, which is equals to 25 divided by 5, which is equals to 5.
Well done, Turbo Girl. We will now move on to multiplication and division of numbers by thousands. The same rule of counting the number of zeros, adding them at the end still applies. You must remember that you only count the number of zeros at the end of a whole number and not when the zero is between digits. Turbo Girl, can you find the answer for 40 times 1,000?
4 times 1 is 4. There are 4 zeros in 40 times 1,000. So I add 4 zeros to 4, and the answer is 40,000.
What about 15 times 2,000?
15 times 2 is 30. There are 3 zeros in 15 times 2,000. So I add 3 zeros to 30, and the answer is 30,000. Good.
For division, you cancel the same number of zeros that are in both numbers. For example, 625,000 divided by 1,000 is equals to 625 divided by 1. There are 3 zeros in 1,000, so we cancel 3 zeros from 625,000, which would give us 625 divided by 1, which is equals to 625.
Let me do the next sum.
Find the answer for 250,000 divided by 5,000.
250,000 divided by 5,000. There are 3 zeros in 5,000, so we cancel 3 zeros from 250,000, which is equals to 250 divided by 5, which is equals to 50.
Well done, Turbo Girl. Turbo Girl, what have you learned today?
I have learned how to do multiplication and division of numbers by tens, hundreds, and thousands. For multiplication, I have to count the number of zeros and add them at the end. I must remember to count the numbers of zeros at the end of a whole number and not when the zero is between the digits. For division, I cancel the same number of zeros that appear in both the dividend and the divisor.
Well done, Turbo Girl. Goodbye.